In a world fraught with coronavirus, quarantine, and fear, these 5 high school friends separated by thousands of miles are reunited. By cabin fever, their unwavering shared hatred for cats, and a regular Zoom meeting. Their purpose? To entertain themselves, and possibly you too. This is the Dumb Stuff Podcast.
I hear you.
You hear me?
I do.
Sorry, I don't want to sit in my office today. This is not a good look, though.
There's Wendy. She appears to have the mute button active.
What'd Dan get?
Oh my God.
Oh, Shane is on the golf. Shane is literally on the golf course right now. Well, thanks for calling in. That's dedication right there. Wendy,
Dan, what'd you get? Seriously.
you're still showing us muted.
Shane, put yourself on
Can
mute.
you find the
They're on
Unmute
here, but I don't
button.
think any of you can hear me.
Yes, we
hear
can.
you. We hear you. He can't hear us.
Run them over.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, there you go, Wendy.
Here it is.
Yay.
That was a
We have-
long not responding. My goodness.
No, there's a green drink there.
Huh.
I think you need to kick Shane off.
That's a good idea.
I can't hear you on this thing. Can anybody hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I barely can hear you guys coming through at all. So I'm almost done. We got 2 more holes. I thought we'd really be done by now.
Did he
Hey, Joe.
literally just leave us to go
He
play
was-
golf?
He's trying to finish up golf. So Wendy was just here, but she was called in twice.
She had enough. It took her 3 minutes and she is done.
As soon as Shane showed up on the golf cart, she's like, "That's it.
He's like,
I'm out of
"Nope."
here."
Is my fan really loud?
I don't hear your fan.
Okay.
Stick your fingers in it. Then we'll see.
When I was
Wait,
in
Joe.
college, I stuck my tongue in a fan.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me. Joe, can you speak behind the fan so that you'll sound like a robot voice the entire podcast?
I can do that without the fan.
So this week we have a special guest, our friend Wendy from high school. Is she locked up? Wendy, move. Because
She's
I think
locked
you're
up.
locked up. She's totally locked up. She has.
Again?
Wait. Okay, we heard you. We can hear you. It's
We
just
can hear you.
Oh, now I lost Kurt.
How good is your internet there at
It's
the house?
fantastic, actually.
We're recalling Frank. Frank has terrible internet and he locks up all the time. Matter of fact, that's probably why he's not here yet, is because he's having trouble connecting.
Wendy, that was very funny if you can hear me, because you've been locked up and then suddenly your video started moving and you moved at super fast speed and then it froze again. Oh, there you are. Okay, now you're in real time.
Woohoo! Awesome. Well, your face is stuck in a giant smile, so it's all good.
Am I-
Your face
I don't
is
even know
stuck
what
in a
to say
giant
about that.
smile. That's great.
It is. Yeah, your video is not moving at all. It's just one giant Joe smiley head.
Is that a giant beehive behind you, Wendy?
It is a giant Aldi bag filled with Walmart plastic bags.
Oh,
We get a lot of wasps, so we put that up because we had heard that wasps do not like hornet nests.
okay.
So
Well,
they
cool.
see that and they run, and apparently it works because we have not had wasps for 2 years now.
Does it work? So it's
That's-
not just it's not like a smell or some, like, at their level, they're just seeing something that's that color and that size, and they stay away.
Wow.
Yep, and
That is
as you can
crazy.
see, it says Aldi right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
The
just to be
wasps are
clear,
so stupid they can't even
Wasps?
read.
this is to get rid of wasps, not hornets.
No,
Correct.
it actually attracts hornets.
Yeah, it attracts them, but we haven't seen any of them. They only come
'cause-
around when we're not out.
We get hornets here, not really wasps. So I'd love to.
Yeah,
Well,
you're
then you
close
need to build a
predator.
wasp nest, a fake wasp nest, Joe, to make the hornets go away. Or would that actually attract them? I'm so confused.
I don't know.
So if it was a different color, like our
Hmm.
Publix bags are that color, but like our Walmart bags are gray. So it probably wouldn't work with a gray bag.
Probably
know.
not. You need to go with a paper bag.
Oh, is that paper?
Yep, it's paper. You stuff it with the gray Walmart bags,
Uh-huh.
and then tie the top of it and kind of
Make it
You have to
roundish.
shape it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't shape it at first this year. This year we put it up, we didn't shape it, and we had wasps and we couldn't figure out why the paper bag isn't working. Then we just kind of shaped it a little on the bottom and boom, the wasps are gone.
So they see a rectangular hornet's nest and they're like, "No, that's a nice try."
No, come on, Wendy,
What-
that's an Aldi bag. We know better.
But once it's roundish, that scares them away. That is crazy. I
Yeah.
can't believe that works. So Wendy, this is usually very free form. Although when Frank logs on, he's probably going to have a list of questions for you because he's very structured and he wants the podcast to be very structured with sequence. Now we're going to do this for 5 minutes,
Okay.
and now we're going to do that for 5 minutes. But
And he's going to talk about porn too.
Yeah.
he's
he
totally
always-
he's totally going to bring
very
that up.
much into Pornhub.
Bring the questions. I'll take whatever you guys throw at me.
Okay, I got a
So-
question for you, Wendy. Is it true that you met your husband through the dating app AmishOnly.com?
Close. It was porn. I mean, Match.com.
Oh man.
It wasn't AmishOnly.com.
No, went through Match.
You met him through Match, really? That's cool.
Yeah,
Now,
that's
now,
cool.
totally on.
are you still in Central Illinois?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Have you ever done a Siamese tricycle?
A Siamese. Never heard of such a thing.
Okay.
Okay.
That
well,
was a test.
what about?
And you failed because this was covered extensively in a previous podcast. And now we know that you're not a regular listener. So
And there's
it's-
Frank. Frank
thunder.
looks like a mugshot. Looks like he's been beat up.
Frank's outside too, and I think the sun is getting a little low.
Yeah.
You guys are neighbors. Frank could just probably turn his head and wave to her.
Who's our guest, Kurt?
Frank, you missed the introduction. You gonna make me do it again?
Sorry.
Do you remember Wendy from high school?
So, Wendy, congratulations on being the one selected out of thousands of entrants that wanted
Wow.
to.
Frank, you're
I'm
gonna, have
so
to,
blessed.
you're gonna have to do something with your microphone. Is it freaking out for everybody or just me?
Oh, it's freaking out.
Yeah.
Maybe
Freaking out.
unplug it. Maybe unplug it and plug it back in because you sound like a robot.
Okay, just a second.
He's talking through a fan.
It might sound better if you talk through a fan.
Is it
Was
okay
it a rough
now?
day today?
Yeah, it's
Frank,
good.
did you have a rough day?
No, I just been outside. Do I look rough, Mick?
Yes, you do today. You have seen better days.
What's
I'm not,
okay? I gotta dig deeper here. What is rough about him? What are you seeing in the video?
Well,
in the
it
low
looks like
quality
his-
video that
his
I'm not
eyes
seeing.
are swollen. He's a little sweaty. Yeah. His hair's messed up.
That's how
He
you look
doesn't-
every week, Mick.
He
I
doesn't
don't
look
say
like
a word.
his silver fox normal beauty.
Yeah. We
So
decided.
Mick's hair is messy every week.
Yeah. We
Is that
decided
what I
Frank
just heard?
become the best looking out of all of us. He
Who
grew up.
is?
to be- You did.
No.
Frank is holding on to his youth better than the rest of us. He's got the full head of hair.
Well, when you have 3 wives and 8 kids,
Although Wendy, I got to say, you're looking pretty much about the same as you did in high school, looking
True.
young.
Well, you get,
Agreed.
I'm flattered. Thank you. And I
Hey,
will
Wendy-
take that all day.
does your husband know that you're on a Zoom call with 4 good-looking men?
And Joe.
He does. He does. And when I was first telling him about it, he was like, why? Why would you do that?
Why would you put
Exactly.
yourself
Because
through that?
it's four great guys from high school. This should be fun.
He's a
Can't
very
pass this
smart
up.
man.
4 great guys plus Shane.
Yes.
Yes.
So last night I was watching Kisstory, the biography of Kiss,
Oh, I need to watch that.
and I decided, Kurt, you would be Paul
Stanley.
Stanley. Thank you. Mick, you would be Peter Criss. Shane would be Ace Frehley. Frank, you would be Gene Simmons. And I would be your manager doing coke in the back room.
I wish I had his tongue.
So do your
does
wives.
That is your
All of your
wife,
wives,
Shut
Frank.
up, Crash. So
I'm sorry, Wendy.
It's okay. It's all good. Nothing I haven't heard before.
Frank always takes us down that road.
He does.
I appreciate that, Joe, but I don't know enough about them
Yeah.
by name to know whether being assigned the one you assigned me is a compliment
Yeah,
or
no,
a
you're
dig, or
you're kind of the leader.
So I got dissed. I'm the one that got dissed.
Ace
Why?
Frehley.
You
Why?
gave me
Hey,
Davis.
Joe, I have a question.
No, I gave you Peter Criss, the
Peter
drummer.
Criss.
Yeah.
Yeah, the drummer.
What's wrong with him?
Well, he and Shane, Ace Frehley, were both big drug users. They got kicked out of the band. And as far as I know, Shane and Mick are the only two that have ever done pot.
So,
As far as you know.
As far as I know. Yes. Yes, please, Gene, go ahead.
We gotta come back to
So-
pot later.
so have you seen the documentary for was it not Quiet Riot? What was it? Motley Crue. Have you seen that one?
Yeah.
No, but I did watch Tiger King.
Okay, so how does it compare? Because I had to shut the one for Motley Crue off. It was so, even for me, it was pretty
But
crude.
that was on Netflix, wasn't it?
I think
Yes.
so.
This was on, I think, A&E or some network television show. So it was
So it's a little bit cleaner.
a lot cleaner. It was very much edited.
Frank, you should watch the Disney Plus version. It's rated G.
That's my style.
It's 3 minutes long.
That's good.
Let's talk about Wendy's favorite sport. I see you post a lot about bowling, and that makes me happy because I like
Yeah.
to bowl. But I only do it like once a year when I go to Illinois and see my dad, because he's a big bowler. So did you bowl? Like, I don't remember as a schooler, just like going out and bowling for fun. Do you?
No, nope, sure didn't.
How'd you get into it?
My grandma, actually, every year she would pick up all the grandkids, and every Christmas, well, once in the summer and once at Christmas, she would take us all bowling for a day. We would go bowling at the Christian Center and then over to Avani's for a quick, cheap Italian lunch. And then at Christmas, we also threw in Christmas shopping for our parents.
Nice.
So just those couple times a year, I just always did it. And then once I got out of college, got into a league with some friends, and it was more of a drinking league with a bowling problem. We had a lot of fun. We just drank a lot.
Don't remember it.
Well, I actually do remember that one. So there's some other things that I don't, but that one I do remember. But yeah, I never worked to really get better. It just always came natural to me, and not in a braggy way, but I was the best girl there. So I didn't need to work to improve. It just came naturally that I did well.
You're the star in any sports you played on in high school.
She is a
Exactly.
natural athlete. You excelled at
know-
everything you tried.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, the competitive spirit has never left, because when I had my knee replaced, bowling is really the only sport I have left. I've been told never to run again. So basketball's out, volleyball's out, softball's out. I can't do anything that I really enjoy doing. So bowling is it. And once I had the knee replaced, I told my therapist, bowling is what I have left. I want to be able to do this, and I want to be able to do it well. And physical therapy went great. The knee replacement went great. And I've got some friends that are bowling coaches and have grown up with PBA family, and the fire's lit. I want to get better. I just had a bowling lesson yesterday. So
You actually take lessons. You're serious about it. That's cool.
yeah, once it's in you and you can't get rid of it. And it just keeps welling up in me that this is what I want to do. And I want to be better and I want to improve. And
Wendy, they have given you more compliments in the last 2 minutes than they have me for the last 18 months.
Frank, we don't need to suck up
Frank,
to you.
We think your wives and your 24 children are fantastic.
My concubine, thank you. Okay, so a couple months back, we all went around and shared with each other our high school crush. So in high school, who was your biggest crush on?
And you can't say Kurt because that one's already taken by at least 3 people in this group.
oh, good Lord. High school crush?
Yeah.
That was 32 years ago, 33 years
Yeah,
ago.
but everybody remembers their high school crush.
Oh, good Lord.
Just one of them.
Just
What'd you
what?
say?
Well, what if that person is on this call? Can I plead the fifth?
Is it Mick?
No, you cannot plead the fifth.
It was Mick.
It was Mick.
It was Mick. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
It's a good thing you don't
I
see
get
him
it.
now because he's
I
gone
still
to
have a
crap.
crush on him.
Well, I know. A lot of people had a crush on him.
Everybody still has a crush on Mick.
Okay, guys, here's my question. Who's y'all's high school crush?
Mine was
And you can't say Mick.
no.
He's already taken.
Paul.
Paul.
Oh, he's still your crush, dude. He's your
It was-
51
he
year
is.
old.
He's still your crush. That's amazing.
Have you seen him? Gosh,
Man.
gets me excited.
Yeah, we've actually had this conversation before, Wendy, but you missed it.
What other questions do you have, Wendy?
What other questions do I have? You know what, Frank? Because of what I was told at the beginning, I want to know what questions you have, sir.
What was you told?
What was you told?
I was told you might have a question or two. That's all.
No, I
Sorry,
can't ask
that was
those
great.
questions.
It was great.
What is that hanging behind you, Wendy?
Frank,
Frank,
you'll
we
have
went
to
over
watch.
this.
You'll have to watch the recording later. Oh my gosh,
We went over
Okay.
that.
Frank, what's your next question? Pull out your list.
I don't know.
I hope when Shane comes on, he doesn't ask the same questions
Is he
over and
coming?
over that we've already covered.
Okay. Have you guys
I
asked her
feel
about her
like-
sex life?
Yeah.
Yes, that's
Oh,
already covered.
jeez.
There isn't one.
Already covered.
There isn't one, Wendy? Is that what you said?
I said I'm 50. There isn't one.
Oh, come on. That's prime right
That's
there.
not what the
Frank,
internet says, Wendy.
Wendy,
That's as far as I'm going with that.
Wendy,
Oh.
Frank has no filter.
That's okay.
I do have a question. So this podcast really sucks. And
agreed.
what can we
That's
do?
not a question.
I know, but I'm getting to it.
That's a
I have
fact.
It's a fact. What do we need to do to make it better? Because I have some ideas, but they're always shut down.
Oh.
Like Kurt.
I rule. I
Well-
rule this podcast with an iron fist.
He's-
Everything has to pass
he's
through
a
me.
Dictator.
Well, I think you should run all of your ideas through me.
There you go. I like that.
Are you going to edit? Are you going to spend 3 evenings a week editing it?
No editing of the podcast. Just run your ideas through me, Frankie. Not anybody
right,
else.
So we need
Frank
to talk
needs to run
more
ideas through me.
about sex, politics, and religion. And see, my idea was we have so many different personalities on here that we need to amplify our persona.
There's 2 personalities. There's Frank, and then there's the rest of us.
So Joe could be the far left liberal that lives in Seattle. I could be the big Trump gun-toting conservative. And then, I don't know, Shane could be the unemployed guy that's taking advantage of the government. And so I think we need to up our personas and talk
Oof.
about
Wait, you
controversial
missed
stuff.
you missed
That's a
me
recipe for
and Mick.
disaster.
What are our personas?
We ride the fence.
So I was trying to think about that. I think Kurt, you could be like the nerdy engineer that gets all technical and everything, and then
Wait,
Mick,
you could be like?
well, look
You-
at him.
Frank,
Have you heard?
I
you
don't think
haven't
there's any
changed our
could be
personas.
about
You've
it.
just described what we've been
Well,
doing for the last.
Right, I know, but we need to like amp it up a little bit.
What's Mick's persona?
I don't
Whoever
know,
you
like-
think it is
Oh,
wrong.
he's like the Kingpin from Daredevil.
Yes. What's Daredevil?
I told you guys last year to watch Daredevil on Netflix.
It's in my
I
queue, Joe.
almost watched it today. I almost started watching it today.
If you
but I
watch it, you're gonna go, Mick, you're gonna go, wow, that's me.
Now, keep in mind, I haven't seen this movie, but the first thing that came to mind when you asked that question was The Big Lebowski. And I haven't seen that movie. It just popped in my head.
It's very popular. You should see it. It's about bowling, is it not?
It
That's
is.
part of
You
it.
should
And the
totally see
husband
it.
keeps, yeah, the husband keeps wanting to watch it, but when I watch movies, I fall asleep in about the first 20 minutes.
We'll
There's-
start it in
there's
the
a-
morning then.
Wendy, are you on TikTok? Do you watch TikTok videos?
I love TikTok videos.
Really?
I don't watch them a lot, but I like them when I see them on Facebook.
So Mick always sends us these TikTok videos.
I honestly, Mick, you send us these TikTok videos, and I just don't get them. I'm like, you
The one-
obviously find this was funny, and
I thought of you on the one because the guy had a Washington license or a driver's license, and he dressed up like he was an Indian.
you thought of me.
Can I
Anyway.
please show Wendy the Joe Snowblower video?
Yes, you may.
Just a private showing. Take me a minute to find it.
Wendy, you didn't see my post. I just gotta say, did you guys see that my daughter got a recruiting email from Harvard this week?
That's awesome.
I'm
How old
pretty
is she?
proud of her. She's 17.
That is awesome.
That's amazing. Hey, Wendy, are you friends with Joe on Facebook?
Maybe.
He's got a little kind of a short list.
Because
Joe's very picky about his friends.
He has
There's
he
no
has a
shame in
top
saying
three.
no.
he hated me for like 4 years and I wasn't on his list.
I honestly don't know. Because I thought at one point I might have reached out. Oh,
Did he reject you?
Oh, if you did the asking, the answer is no.
Now, I want to hear Wendy's answer.
it said Facebook tells me yes, I am.
That's correct. You are my Facebook friend. You
Yes,
made
right
the
there.
list. I cut my list
Thank
down
you.
to 25. And then
Wendy,
over
he
the
just
past
added
few
you
years-
today.
No.
He just added you today
Just for
because
this
you were in the
meeting.
meeting.
I
And he'll
still
cut,
feel blessed. I'm
after we're
blessed and-
done, he'll cut you off.
No. Frank, stop it.
But
or
I
I'm
had
gonna
it
cut
for
you
a
off.
moment.
That's normal, Joe. Go
I
ahead.
know. You get
Am
cut off
I,
in a few months, Frank.
Am I
Or
sharing,
you cut me off.
Is this G-rated?
am I sharing my screen?
Yes,
You
are.
Wendy, this is a video that Joe helped create, sort of. But
I helped create. I created it, and then Kurt edited it.
I had a hand, but Joe has not seen fit to allow this video to be posted on the public internet. But we are so excited about it. I want everyone in the world to see it. So we're just going to give you a private showing. So enjoy.
I feel like Cousin Eddie should be coming into view pretty soon.
And I titled
Kurt-
that video, "There's One in Every Neighborhood."
Kurt, thank you for dancing while we were watching that video. I was watching you. You were going back and forth.
So was
How
that a
could you
driveway
not?
or a yard?
That's my driveway.
Okay, driveway. And were you wearing anything under the snowsuit?
That wasn't a snowsuit. Those were bib overalls.
Just plain bib overalls, not like snowsuit
was-
overalls?
He was
they were just
commando.
plain bib overalls. Just denim.
Oh, good Lord.
So the
He was
issue.
commando.
The issue here,
Lot
I
of room
need to
in there.
clarify something Kurt said. Kurt said that I will not allow that video to be posted publicly. That is not true. The truth is, Frank has to pay for me to consent to Kurt posting it publicly.
We've been trying to manipulate Frank in this way for years, and he won't give in to the peer pressure. And we thought that this would be the thing that took him over the edge.
What's the ransom? What's the payment?
Do you guys remember? I can't remember if it was
It
$25.
doesn't matter.
I have no idea.
I don't have the money.
And where does the money go?
It goes into our pockets. I think Joe stipulated that Frank had to pay me $20 or something
When you
like
have
that.
three wives
It was something like
and
that.
18 kids. I have no money.
Well, there were 24 kids.
Yeah,
It's different
Give
every
or
day.
take.
every time. I mean, seriously, you blink and he's got another kid.
It's ridiculous.
They just keep popping out.
He has no self-control.
So Wendy, last year we all chipped in, except Frank, to buy Kurt, to pay Kurt off to watch the Tiger King.
To buy my time and a portion of my brain that I will
And
never get back.
Frank refused to contribute, and so that's kind of been the whole thing. Is Frank
Wow.
being a
I tried to be a stickler and hold out for the last payment, and then I got COVID, and I was like self-quarantined to our guest room for a week, and I was like really bored, and I couldn't stand it. I had to watch it, and once I watched the first episode, I was hooked, and so I stayed up all night long, and I watched the whole season. Wendy, have you seen Tiger King?
I have not.
Oh, Wendy.
Thank you,
Wendy?
Wendy. You're my new best friend.
How much will it cost us to get you to watch Tiger King?
Don't do
Well,
it.
Is that on Netflix?
Yes, and it
Yes.
is
Yeah,
so
we
worth
don't
your
have
time.
You don't do
Don't do
Netflix?
No,
But you
we
get
don't have Netflix.
Could
So-
we pay for your Netflix subscription so you can
I think
can watch it?
You can probably buy it at iTunes.
Wendy, this is like high school. Okay, they try to press you to do things that you don't want to do.
Yeah, it didn't work in high school either.
All right, good. Thank you. I have a deer in my yard, guys.
Turn the camera around quick. Oh,
don't-
what happens if you walk out
Picture
there
it didn't
towards it?
happen.
Is it going to run around? Is it going to run
Uh,
away?
I don't know if you guys will be able to see this.
Oh,
kind of
you
far
are
out there.
filthy, dude.
No, I've been working.
You've been working
outside.
on the barn?
No, well, I took it down. Let's see. Can you see him down there?
No.
No, he's kind of tiny.
I think you should walk your laptop or tablet down to the that dock and set it on the thing so we get a good view of you, and then jump in without the headset
Naked?
on.
Naked.
Yes.
My daughter and I had to hit the brakes. Well, my daughter was driving. She had to hit the brakes the other day so the mommy bear and two baby bears could cross the road.
Well,
Aw,
that's cool.
That was very cool.
that is neat.
So when we went, so Wendy, I took my two boys canoeing and camping a couple weeks ago. And my
Wait,
wife's
two.
like,
I'm sorry, two of your boys.
two of my boys, exactly. Yeah, that's what I said. Anyway, my wife, when we got back, my wife's like, so did you guys like sit around the campfire and sing worship songs and pray? And I'm like, no, we all got butt naked and jumped in the river. That was our bonding
And
time.
talked about
As
girls.
men will do.
Did you get in trouble in high school, Wendy?
By who? By teachers? By principals? By parents? By
Yes.
all of that?
What was the worst thing that you did in high school?
Oh, good Lord. Oh, give me 1 second. Worst thing I did in high school?
That's a good one, Frank.
The worst thing I did in high school, I didn't really get in trouble because I was afraid of breaking the rules.
Did
I
that
don't know. I probably cheated off of somebody in physics class.
I hope it wasn't Dusty.
with tests or
Was it
something.
Joe? Dusty?
You know,
It might have been me. I let everybody cheat off of me,
Even Dusty.
even Dusty.
could have been. I just,
Hey, Wendy, if you come back,
all right, I expect to come back.
Look at Frank inviting
I think it's
guests
so-
back to the podcast.
If they're willing.
well, our one listener, come on.
Don't we get an opportunity to post it and then see if our ratings go up before we invite him back?
Maybe she could take
I
my
hope so.
place.
I'll listen to the
Frank.
podcast 30 times just to get her to come back.
Frank has been looking for an excuse to get out of this meeting and out of this podcast for years.
Because it sucks.
Nope.
Yeah, he's had enough.
Nope. You're stuck. You're stuck with us, Frank.
Frank, come up with an idea. Give us an
I
idea.
have. I've shared. So like we need to do a segment of,
Frank,
would you
no.
rather?
Come
Do
up
it.
with a good
Or-
idea, Frank.
Frank,
Something
do
like
it.
that.
Do it right now.
Would you rather what?
Gosh, you guys put me on the spot. Hold on.
Well, you keep complaining that I don't let
Okay,
you do
okay.
things, and that's not
Okay.
true. You can
So,
talk in this podcast. That's the whole
So-
point.
okay, so would you rather be on top or bottom?
Who are you asking?
Of course you can.
Mick?
It depends on who's it with.
Okay, so Mick, name
when you're
them
with
all.
me-
I'm glad my wives and my friends don't listen to this podcast.
Frank, you keep pushing us in that direction.
Well, because sex sells.
Frank, give us some other questions that for a segment in this show. Would you rather? Didn't you say would you
Okay.
rather?
Would you rather?
So would you rather be completely invisible for one day or be able to fly for one day?
Ooh.
Visible.
Invisible.
Invisible. That'd be fun. That was always my.
You could get a lot of information if you were invisible for one day.
You could get a lot done.
Fly on the wall.
I
you
think
could get ATM codes, you could get bank account
Yes.
numbers, you could get all kinds of secrets that you could blackmail people with.
Yeah, I want 2 days, but I want my first day to be invisible, second day to be flying. Because the second day, I'm just going to enjoy all the information I gathered the first day.
Okay. Kurt, what did you say?
Yeah, I guess I would lean toward invisible. Even but
Because
they're both
that
pretty
was
great.
my like high school fantasy, I think.
Yeah, we know.
It's your life fantasy, Frank. There's a lot of things you could do.
What else do you
Oh,
got,
good.
Frank?
Let's see. Would you rather sneeze every time you orgasm or orgasm every time you sneeze?
Oh, easy.
Okay, how often do you sneeze at a bad moment?
Not very.
Right? Not very? But like,
No.
you're with somebody and suddenly you're like, hang on, I gotta sneeze. It doesn't happen to me a lot, but it's not like I plan my sneezes. Sneezes happen at random times. Correct?
Correct, but most
So
of my
that-
sneezes happen around the home.
Oh well, so do most of your orgasms.
Yep.
So
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
how do you know that, Joe? Oh, that's another question, Wendy. What's the most exotic place that you have done it?
Oh, Jesus. Damn.
And
this is
I'm
hard.
totally okay answering this one because we went to St. Lucia on our honeymoon, and there are a lot of sharks in the water, and we could have been shark bait in the middle of consummating our marriage.
wow.
Very cool. It's kind of hard to do
That's
though
a
in the
great
water,
story.
isn't it?
It wasn't hard to do at the time.
Nice. Wendy, I just gotta commend you for even answering that question. Thank you.
Yes.
You know, there's something that happened when I turned 50, and I'm just like, you know what?
You don't give him crap.
Yeah.
Life,
Well,
life is what it is. Be
and-
honest and don't apologize for anything. No regrets.
In high school, we wouldn't have been having this conversation. Well, the guys would have. We wouldn't have included you.
No, and if you had asked, I wouldn't have answered.
You wouldn't have answered. Yeah.
Mhm. Right.
No, I'd have blushed and ran away.
Right. All right. What's Mick's answer? I bet he's got some good ones.
Why would you think that?
Because you're Mick.
No, I don't have any good ones.
Come on, Mick. I don't believe that.
What about in prison?
My wives would probably kill me if they knew I was asking these questions to another woman.
What happens
answering them.
what happens if I publish it to the general public?
She doesn't listen. So
You don't understand how the internet works, do you, Frank?
Would you spend a month living in a sewer for $1 million?
Yes.
Living in a sewer, yes.
For
A
$1 million?
month?
Yeah.
A whole month.
Yes. For $1 million, I would.
And the only thing they had to
As
eat,
long as I could have food and,
the
you
only
know,
thing they had,
as long as I could have food
the only
know-
thing you had to eat was the corn that you found in the turf.
no, no. The answer is no.
I would.
That's pretty much what Frank's stuck eating most of the time anyway.
The Illinoisans love the corn. Okay, what are you drinking? Are you drinking alcohol?
Absolutely.
What kind?
You know, since I've had my knee replaced, I've tried to switch away from Diet Coke and sugar and whatever. So I have Captain and seltzer.
What
And
does
this
it have
one
to do
is
with the knee
a
replacement?
Interesting.
sugars are. I've gone toward more of an anti-inflammatory diet. So I've removed sugars and carbs and that kind of thing. Not completely, but
Well,
big
Coke
chunk.
doesn't have sugar in it. It's got aspartame.
Aspartame. That was kind of the big kick.
Okay.
So have you
Yeah.
become an alcoholic then after the knee surgery?
Nope, not yet. No. A little bit of
Joe
Captain
had-
and a lot of seltzer water.
That's funny.
Joe has.
I had a Mai Tai. I finished my Mai Tai.
Have another.
I would like to, but that
He
one was
will.
very enough. I'm on the edge right now. I'm done.
Is that kind of like a gluten-free diet, or is it something else? No.
No, not gluten free, just reducing a lot of the sugars and carbs. So
Low carbs.
I still eat, yeah, it's low carb. I still eat like salad dressings and barbecue sauce and ketchup and all that kind of stuff. And I eat French fries when I want them and pizza when I want it. But for the most part, I don't do that. I have more meat, more vegetable, more salad, that kind of thing.
So brag about how much weight you've lost.
Oh my gosh. Right now I'm at 46 pounds.
Nice.
Wow.
We talk about this a lot in our meetings because
That's awesome,
we all
Wendy.
at our advanced age we all kind of struggle with
Well, not everybody, just Kurt.
the continuous
And me.
like gaining slowly over time, and you don't notice it until you do notice it.
Yeah.
And then it's a struggle to get it back down.
Well, and we've talked about it. It's all about diet. Because I went out and ran 16 miles yesterday.
Yeah.
And I haven't been losing weight lately. I'm like, that's not okay. It's because I haven't, for the last, 2 months, my diet's kind of been off the rails.
Yeah, no, when I
Thanksgiving.
knew I needed my knee replaced, I started doing some research a little after the fact, but came across the low carb stuff that seemed to work for me. My body responds to it. I know when I eat carbs for a couple days, my body aches and I don't like it. Just as a result of eating a lower carb diet, my body started melting. I didn't try to melt. I just tried to change what I ate as far as carbs go. So for me, it's a good thing.
Can I just say, I'd like to nominate Wendy to be the new Shane. She's here.
She's
She's
here.
she's not dissing us for a golf game.
She's more entertaining than him.
Far more and better looking.
I think it's just awesome that you guys have continued to do this Zoom thing. I don't know how it started. I just know
COVID.
where I kind of came in listening to the podcast. But I think it's great that you all have done this and you've continued it. What a great way to stay in touch.
This has been a
Yeah, it's been-
lifesaver for the last over a year now.
Yeah.
It was a cabin fever thing when COVID hit hard and everybody kind of like locked themselves in their houses and stopped seeing other humans. That's what kicked us off. Joe called me, and we had like a really, really long phone conversation, and we never call each other.
It was a
And
butt dial. I didn't mean to call.
It was such a fun phone
You
conversation.
didn't know you called him for the first 45 minutes, did you?
Yeah. He was just, again, he was hearing the results of my cabin to dinner.
At the end of the phone call, we were like, "This was so much fun. Let's do it again. When do we want to do it again?" And then we made like an appointment for another phone call, and it quickly evolved into a Zoom call, a video call instead, which is even more fun.
Yeah, that's great. That's awesome. You haven't
Lonely
I haven't seen them
Housewives.
published since a while back. Have you published them on Facebook or anything since a while back?
So it's up to any of us or all of us to post about it on Facebook or not. But if you were a subscriber, then you would get notified through your favorite podcasting app every time we published.
Oh, then maybe I didn't subscribe. I'm gonna have to go back. I gotta listen to all the past things. I got a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah, you do.
Because I
Mine
would
too.
say I'm slightly interested.
Slight.
How
I have
many
a friend-
episodes do you think you have heard? Just a couple?
One.
Thank you,
Wait,
Wendy.
Hey,
you were
Wendy, that's
weren't
one more
wait,
than Frank.
wait a second. Wasn't Wendy our very first listener male?
Yes.
She was.
So you listened to an episode and then you
And
wrote
that
us
was
a
it.
letter,
And that's
and then
enough.
we read your letter on the air, and you didn't get a chance to hear that your letter being read on the air because you only listened to that one episode.
Two.
Ew.
Two. I did hear that. So I have two.
All right, this is
I need to go back and hear a few more.
okay.
I have a-
It's really hard for me not to kick you out of this meeting right this second. Finding out that you are not a listener of our podcast.
we thought you were our top listener, Wendy. Maybe you still are.
I am.
She
am
could
it
she
too.
could still be.
Wendy, you are the new
Because
Shane.
that's what Illinoisans do.
So Kurt will be emailing out the new password for this Zoom meeting for next week. You will receive it in place of Shane.
I agree. Let's take a vote.
Who will block Shane out?
We have to go after this because we're all tired and past
I'm
Yeah.
that
not.
time.
It's
It
not
was
even
nice
7.
talking to you, Wendy.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
good
real
talking
nice
with you all.
talking with you.
And even if you do dial back in, it's okay. I'm not going to dial back in, so y'all can have
No.
your man time after.
No,
Oh.
I'm done.
We have a 3 meeting limit.
It's
Yes.
it's 10
That's
o'clock
pushing
here.
it.
It's my bedtime. I'm old and cranky. Oh, Mick's already gone.
Mix it heck with it.
Mick's like he can't even take 3
can't
more
wait
minutes of
for
this
the last
crap.
2 minutes,
And he-
59
And
seconds.
he had a nap today too. You got COVID, Kurt?
So this is one of my long haul symptoms is asthma, and sometimes the laughing brings out the asthma.
Fortunately, you don't get a laugh very much in Florida.
I think the only time I get to laugh is during this Zoom meeting.
That's why we keep coming back. It's for the laughter.
I really do think you should change the password and not invite Shane next week.
Let's do it. Seriously.
See how
just
he
to
handles
prank him.
that.
Just to see how he handles it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
Well, I will
Be like-
tell you, I've had a ball tonight, guys. So thank you so much for asking me to come in on this, because it's been fun getting caught up with y'all, and answering the questions that you have is hilarious. I absolutely love it.
Thank
Sorry
you,
if I
Wendy.
was too crude,
Thank you.
Wendy.
Well,
No, not crude at all. It's just a bunch of friends having fun.
Good.
it was great to see you. It really, really
It was fun
I'm
for
so
us
glad.
too. Thanks for coming.
You're way
Good.
more fun than
Absolutely.
Doug.
And Tim
And
and
Shane.
Shane
Doug and Tim and Paul.
And Paul.
and Mick a lot of times, to be honest.
Now they
awesome.
would have said me
To be
if I wasn't on
brutally
the call.
honest.
That
He's
was
probably
fun, you guys.
Drinking at the bar.
Wendy went to places that I didn't expect her to go. I expected Frank totally to go there. Frank lives there.